Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dank Ferric for a new Star Wars What If, or rather a theory or a question. In this video, we're going to be asking the following: if the roles of Luke and Leia were reversed, or if Leia was the Jedi, could she have been able to forgive Vader as Luke did, thus redeeming him? But before I begin, be sure to subscribe if you're new for regular Star Wars content, as the channel works on growing. And for those of you who have subbed recently, thank you. It means a ton to see the channel sitting now at over 300 subscribers today. But now, without anything further, let us answer this simple but oh so complex question regarding Leia and her father, Darth Vader. To open this up, we are going to have to really take a look into the characters themselves. First, we're going to take at Luke before we switch the roles and make Leia the Jedi of the story. Luke was, at least in the time of the Galactic Civil War, one of the most optimistic people you could find around, especially after he found the Rebel Alliance. He always worked to see the path forward, the way forward, always. He reached out to commit seemingly selfless acts for others. He concentrated to find the good in what was dark, bad, ugly, or evil. These traits, these pillars, these were Luke Skywalker. And yes, our former farm boy did have his darker moments. Just look at how he confronted Jabba the Hutt on Tatooine. But overall, he was good and he wanted good, and he would do that good to bring an end to the bad and the dark in the galaxy. All of these things are things that I believe were already a core part of Luke Skywalker before he became a Jedi Knight. However, we cannot look away from the Jedi teachings of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda that enhanced all of this. They truly helped shape the son of Anakin and build up from his foundation of good. They help shape the way he perceives the world around him, but more importantly, they reinforce these core values that he already held. They help to build him up into what I described above. Now, am I saying that Luke didn't have any potential for darkness or corruption? Of course not. The dark side and its temptations are something that everyone, especially those attuned with the Force, must face and be fully aware of. Even the good-hearted Luke Skywalker, whether he's a Jedi learner or a Jedi master, the potential for everyone is there. This is why the Jedi focus so strongly on that self-awareness.
If once you start down the dark path, forever will it dominate your destiny, consume you it will, as it did Obi-Wan's apprentice.
Vader, is the dark side stronger?
No.
But now, moving on, we look at his sister, his twin sister, Leia Organa of Alderaan, the biological daughter of Padme Amidala and Anakin Skywalker, and she too also had a rather good heart. But when you look into Leia herself and you study her in the novelizations, the films, and more, you can see something about her. She was not as forgiving as her brother. She was hardened. Why though? Let me tell you. So first, we cannot forget that Leia went through a trauma that Luke could never even fathom. Not at this point in his life anyways. Leia saw the destruction that the Empire could bring firsthand, what Vader and Palpatine could bring to the table, and she felt it firsthand as well. The biggest would be the destruction of Alderaan, her home, where she was raised, where she was loved, where she was made into the woman that she is at this time. Her father, her mother, her friends, her life, all of it was there. It was founded there.
Don't worry. We will deal with your rebel friends soon enough.
No.
Commence primary ignition.
And on top of this, you have to remember that the people of Alderaan, like Leia, and especially those in the houses, such as Organa, adored their world and the people of it. House Organa was one of the longest bloodlines on all of Alderaan too. They were nobility and they thrived on peace. Keeping peace, restoring peace, maintaining it. The Organa of Alderaan were one of the main founders of the Alliance to restore the Republic, so anti-fascism, this fight against the Empire, it was a part of her family, her culture, her work, just all of it. Before we move on, let's also not forget that it was Darth Vader who tortured her after her capture in Episode 4, and he slaughtered good men and women of the Rebel Alliance leading up to that capture, people Leia knew, people who served under her. But let's keep all this in mind as we proceed. Now we are going to take the jump in time and apply the Jedi twist.
The Force is strong in my family. My father has it. I have it. And my sister has it.
Now, the twist is applied, and Leia is the one who was found and put on the path of a Jedi Knight. She trained and she studied, all to one day confront Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine. And I have no doubt that she could have done this, that she could have confronted them. After all, she was a Skywalker. She was the child of the Chosen One. The Force runs strong in her family. And that, paired with her determination and perseverance alone, could have put her in a place where she could have confronted Palpatine and Vader and succeeded. But when the time came, jumping forward, after Palpatine was gone, could she truly forgive to redeem her father? Remember that in this case, forgiveness is a key part of Vader's redemption. For Vader, for Anakin, somebody to have hope in him was essential. Somebody saying that they see and feel the good in him, like Luke did, that was key. But would Leia do the same? In all truths, I don't feel she would. Not in the way that Luke did anyways. Even after learning he is her father, that Vader is her biological father, Leia was willing to fight and burn the Empire down in the original story. She knew of the evil, she lived through the evil, the murder of her world, of her family, the torture by Vader, seeing the enslavement and slaughters all across the star systems within Palpatine's reach, and those were all countless. So to answer the question, no. In my opinion, Leia Organa would have felt the best path for Vader was the path of death, at least when you take all of this into consideration and account. Father or not, a bit more humanized or not, Vader was still the man who helped destroy the Jedi, the man who murdered countless innocents, the man who wreaked endless chaos across the galaxy. And it's also key to note that because of this, Leia would not see the good, not as Luke did, nor as quickly as he did, not now and not after everything that she's experienced, seen, and been through, which means I do not think she would push this upon him as Luke did. To Leia, Vader is a monster, he's a killer, and he was a vital enemy to the rebellion. So, if he died for anything, he died for that. He died for his dark deeds. Thus, a redemption, a true redemption, as Luke brought upon his father, was out of the question. A galaxy saved, yes, but I fear that if Leia was the first Jedi out of the twins, that Anakin would have not lived beyond the mask again. He would not be able to look upon the face of one of his children with his own eyes, nor to smile upon them as a Force ghost. To Master Leia Organa, death was the answer to Darth Vader. He had too much evil in him. To Leia, she had too much fire, too much memory, and too much focus on his evil and the evil of his empire to stray from the path of ending that evil, the war, the Sith, all of it. This happened by removal, not by classic redemption. That closes up this video. Thank you for checking this What If out right here on Dank Ferric. Please remember that these are all just my opinion. I absolutely love in the originals that Anakin was turned and brought back to the light, and I hate the idea of him not finding that again. But looking at Leia, her struggles, and studying her some, I put this question to the test and discussed it. No more, no less. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you for checking out the channel, and until next time, this is Dank Ferric, and may the Force be with you, always.